This is an ad by BetterHelp. What's your perfect night? Is it curling up on the couch for a cozy, peaceful night in? Therapy can feel a bit like that, your comfort place where you replenish your energy. With BetterHelp, get matched with a therapist based on your needs entirely online. It's convenient and suited to your schedule. Find comfort this season with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com.
On today's Smart 7, government accused of cruelty over Syrian refugees, Prince Andrew sweats over Chinese spy, and lots more. It's Monday 16th of December, it's Stupid Toy Day, and happy birthday, Zara Larsson.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
Migration was back in the spotlight this weekend after accusations that the government's decision to pause the processing of Syrian asylum claims was cruel. There are 6,500 Syrians who have applied for asylum, but Home Secretary Yvette Cooper says the majority of those claims relate to the Bashar al-Assad regime. Small boat crossings for 2024 remain 20% higher than last year, but she maintains the numbers would be higher still under a Tory government. She also says the government remains interested in fast-tracking the return of applicants from safe countries.
We are interested in doing that in the UK, is to fast-track decisions for people arriving from countries that are predominantly safe, where we should be able to take those decisions very swiftly and also be able to return people very swiftly.
Cooper also announced a new joint unit to improve cooperation between the Home Office and the Foreign Office and pointed out that deportations have increased significantly under Labour. But Shadow Home Secretary Chris Philp was still pining for the days of the abandoned Rwanda scheme.
We would aim to resurrect a deterrent-style scheme. Now, whether the Rwanda scheme is still available in 5 years' time, we'll have to see. But certainly a deterrent scheme like that, where if somebody crosses the channel, dangerously, illegally and unnecessarily, they will rapidly be removed somewhere else.
GDP figures released on Friday saw the UK economy shrink by 0.1% in a blow to Labour's plans for growth. The figures from the Office for National Statistics showed that the drop was driven by a decline in construction and production. It's the second consecutive drop and suggests that there will be no growth in the fourth quarter. The Chancellor Rachel Reeves was disappointed by the figure, as was former Tory Education Secretary Gillian Bloody Good Job Keegan.
The person who's doing badly is the first 100 days of a Labour government. Sunak was absolutely right to predict that this government would destroy our economy within 100 days. All of the things they're doing are the things that worry me most.
With concerns over growth in the European economy and the prospect of a trade war with the United States, if Donald Trump begins applying tariffs, the economic picture doesn't look rosy. James Reed, the CEO of Reed Recruitment, says the signs are worrying.
The economy's cooling, and we can see that very clearly, and it's been cooling for several months, since the summer. That worries me because when I've seen that in the past, it's been an indication that recession is around the corner.
Incredibly, this weekend saw another scandal break involving Prince Andrew. The unluckiest royal has found himself tangled up with a Chinese businessman who has since been identified as an alleged spy. The man is believed to have been invited to Andrew's birthday party, although we're not sure if it was at Pizza Express. He also visited Buckingham Palace twice as well as Windsor Castle, but has now been banned from the UK because of security concerns. The Duke of York said he ceased all contact with the man once those concerns were raised, but Mayor of Greater Manchester Andy Burnham can't believe Andrew is at the centre of a fresh scandal.
I'm staggered, really, because absolutely at the heart of government, the Prime Minister obviously should have, the highest level of screening, if you like, before people get through to meet you. Having a meeting in a government building is, I would say, quite a serious breach, and there are big questions, I would say, for the security services.
Israel announced on Sunday that it will close its embassy in Ireland. It comes after the Irish government joined South Africa's case at the International Criminal Court, accusing Israel of committing genocide in Gaza. Taoiseach Simon Harris defended the government move, despite the Israeli foreign minister saying Ireland had crossed every red line. Meanwhile, life appears to be returning to normal in Syria, with schools reopening in Damascus after a day of celebration this weekend. US Secretary of State Anthony Blinken was also sounding optimistic about life for Syria post-Assad as the US establishes diplomatic relations with rebel leaders.
America and our partners have an important stake in helping the Syrian people chart this new path. We know that what happens inside of Syria can have powerful consequences well beyond its borders, from mass displacement to terrorism.
Still to come on the Smart 7, Pep has a bad day at the Manchester derby and Daniel Craig gets caffeinated right after this. Welcome back. It was an intriguing weekend in the Premier League as things took a few unexpected twists and turns. League leaders Liverpool drew 2 against Fulham on Saturday, while Arsenal finished up scoreless against Everton. Sunday saw Spurs thump Southampton 5-0 while Chelsea beat Brentford 2-1 to solidify their grip on second in the table. However, all eyes were on the Manchester derby as City hosted United, and it didn't go well for Pep's men. 2 late goals from United saw Ruben Amorim clock his second win over Pep in 2 months and left City with 8 defeats in 11 games. Amorim had chosen to rest Rashford and Garnacho, but his decision paid off as Amad Diallo got the winning goal. Pep was in a philosophical mood after the game.
I'm the boss, I'm the manager, and I'm not good enough. It's as simple as that. I have to find a way to talk to them, to train to them, to the way you have to play, the way you have to press, the way you have to build up. It's happened, it's football, and move forward.
Director Luca Guadagnino is hot right now. His big breakthrough was Call Me By Your Name, but he's picking up a lot of critical acclaim for new movie Queer, which stars Daniel Craig and Drew Starkey. He's also tipped to make a reboot of American Psycho with Austin Butler next year. Daniel Craig was spilling the beans on what it was like on the set of Queer this weekend as he joined Graham Norton on the couch. He described a neat production hack on set that ended up giving him the shakes.
There's a sequence where we do a dance. We were doing outside on the back lot, and it was gravel, and we had to sort of roll around for like 2 nights. I was like, we're going to get cut to pieces. So we got back the following night, and someone had put like 50 pounds of coffee grounds to look like dirt.
Dirt, yeah.
Like dirt, which is great, soft and lovely, but you can absorb it through your skin. So by 6 o'clock in the morning, which was a night shoot, you're like, yeah, I'm good night.
Much as we love Christmas movies, it's nice to have something to look forward to for 2025, and that could be a new wedding comedy starring Will Ferrell and Reese Witherspoon. It's called You're Cordially Invited, and it's written and directed by Nicholas Stoller, who has solid rom-com credentials including Forgetting Sarah Marshall. The plot revolves around an accidental double wedding booking at the same venue, and it hits Amazon Prime Video on January 30th.
We've double booked your weddings. What? Are you the wedding planner? You never even called this place?
I have social anxiety.
You get anxiety from dialing a phone?
Listen, you're gonna have the greatest weekend of your lives.
My sweet little pumpkin's gonna have her special day, and no one's getting in the way of that.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes, we'll give you the world.